Hello, managers. Good evening. Welcome, viewers. You're all welcome to tonight's edition of the FPL Ambassador show. Tonight, someone says he's not here for a vacation. So we are also letting you know that we are also not here for a vacation. We are here to work. You're all welcome on board tonight. Yes, beyond venue. Oh, my little French. Marlvin, Owusu, you're welcome tonight.
Thank you. It's good to be back as always.
How are you doing?
By God's grace, so we are well. Hectic day at work, but it's always good to try and release some of the stress here. But I don't even know whether I'm going to release stress. I'm going to add the stress. But anyway, we'll see.
Marlvin, Samara Limited will get you today.
Of a weekend,
Yeah, so I said Samara Limited will get Marlvin today. I'm just waiting for Samara Limited. When he comes in today, Marlvin will have peace on the show.
Don't shake it. So Raymond, I said a stew of a weekend. How was the weekend for you?
I tell you, in fact, I haven't had such a wonderful FPL week in such a very long time. You know, there was arguments about whether Cyril would be benched, whether he would play, I was saying that sometimes we have to enjoy some of these moments. You know, though sometimes you get a good score, but you don't really get an excitement or a feeling behind it. But this one, I knew Cyril was going to score, and I was anticipating it, and he gave me the Cyril. Aha. So that was what made me this week. It's one of my best weeks so far ever in FPL. Aha. Yes.
Oh, that's good to know. I think this weekend was a good weekend for all of us again. And when we get into the show proper, we'll discuss matters. So let's get the show started.
Yeah.
Okay, so managers, I think that now we are just talking about a subscription for the page for our YouTube channel. The numbers are increasing. At least I think we have about 10 or 11 people joining or subscribing to the channel. We kindly and humbly ask that more managers, viewers subscribe to the channel. You like the content. It goes a long way to help us. It boosts our morale as well. It lets YouTube also know the good job that we are doing. Charity begins at home. So this is something small that we are also following, trying to come up with some new content, good content for all viewers to enjoy. So we also ask that you subscribe for us to the channel and make the channel grow. So tonight we won't even spend so much time on this. Let's just go to the main business of the day.
Sure. So Rowland, you are the leader this year. So how's your team?
Oh, this green arrow there, your friend.
Charlie.
Also green arrow, because I think that I managed to just go up by 100 places or so this week.
Yeah, I saw it on our checking.
Yes, so I think that the week started off well with Ronaldo, but unfortunately, Jota couldn't get us the points that we all required of him, because Mane decided to be Mane and destroy and spoil all the chances. Only for Jota to go up, then he would score. How annoying he was!
Annoying.
So I think that all in all, it was a good game week. You know, we had rumors where we didn't know whether Ronaldo would start or he wouldn't start. I think you posted something from Man United news, even Man United or something news, Manchester Evening News also. Yes.
Yeah.
We all weren't sure. So I think it was the day after trying to get some Twitter leads and all of that to try and find out if he would start. But you were certain, Raymond, that he would start. So I think that I still didn't buy in until I was very sure, because, all managers, everyone is different. So we all have a different playing style. So I like to be very confident, about what I'm going in for. So I think Gundogan also made good runs into the box. As usual, some of the passes didn't fall to him. He was rather unfortunate. But Mama, actually didn't have a good game week. I didn't watch the
Charlie,
whole West.
Ben Rama.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
The stats show that it
So
wasn't a good game.
yes. So, but with the defense, everyone came up with points from Sanchez to Alexander-Arnold, White, Shaw. The defense was pretty good, and Antonio was the one that let us down with a red card. He named the ban. I mean, yeah. So
last
I even
minute.
got home. Yes, and I found out. So as soon as I think I changed the channel. Oh, I was from Marlvin's place. As soon as I got home, changed the channel, my phone was off, my battery was dead. What is this? Red card, Antonio.
What is this?
But I knew everyone around me had Antonio, so I was relaxed. So it's just
relaxed.
I took a -4. Yes, I took out Bruno Fernandes, took out Ings, and it went well for me. So this is my team for game week 4, and I had a green arrow as well, still in the top 10K, which is not bad. I think that Matthews GH is saying, good evening, manager. It's good to be here. Good to have you here, Matthews GH. And he said, yes, Ronaldo bias as well. Thumbs up. Then Marlvin, it is well, okay. Marlvin had him in the end. Marlvin wanted to do me 4-1. Marlvin told me that.
I am waiting for some limited.
My points were valid, and you will get to be, so no problem.
I am waiting for some limited today. Somebody should call some limited to come online for us.
And Pami B Flat is saying, good to see you guys. Charlie, you called the brace last week, and yes, you were right. Marlvin was on point with that too as well. I think Ben Rama is done. Yes, we agree to that. That's what I think, but we'll get into all of that. So that's my team. So Ray, let's go on and talk about your team.
Okay, so I said I have a surprise for us today. This is the surprise.
Wreathed in red. Restored to this great gallery of the game. A walking work of art. Vintage, beyond valuation, beyond forgery or imitation. 18 years since that trembling teenager of touch and tease first tiptoed onto this storied stage. Now in his immaculate maturity, CR7 reunited.
Thank you. CR7 reunited. Yeah. Hey! Peter doing no size. In fact, wonderful. That is the first one. I'm going to give you the second one. Okay. I'm going to give you. I said I have 2 surprises for you today. Let me show my team, and then let me give you the second one. Where is the second one? I'm coming. The second one, I'll play it at the end of the show as well. Everybody should watch it. Everybody quiet.
Captaincy, Cristiano Ronaldo. First game against and Newcastle. They are going to rack up the goals. He's going to be involved. Ronaldo is Ronaldo. He's a GOAT. He's a legend. I mean, you don't even need to see. You don't even need to play. Sometimes in FPL you want to watch and see, but this one you don't need to watch and see. If you have him, as Rowland said, you captain him, and that's it.
Marlvin, please speak. Marlvin, this is you. Tell us something.
Raymond, why did you play me first and play?
So that's why you worried me to edit this thing for you.
And then you play Peter Drew and you want to come listen to me. What's the meaning of that?
Oh no. No.
Changing accent, donation.
No. You know, Peter Drew was to welcome Ronaldo to the stadium. So now they have reached the stadium. And now the match after this, so I wanted you to give you your take as well.
Really nice surprises.
Marvin,
Kudos, man. Kudos.
Yeah.
Okay. Then do you want to switch to my team so that I just speak?
Okay. So let me switch to your team. I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, as you can rightly see, I have Ronaldo. I captained him. I made my decision. I think literally 5 minutes to time. I have, you might think my defense is okay, but those who have seen my full team knows I had Marcel on the bench, first up, 13 points. And unfortunately, I can't have it in my team. So That was very painful, but that's FPL. These things, they happen sometimes. But the defense wasn't bad. I mean, the backline, Sanchez, Alexander-Arnold, Shaw, White. Of course, if I had Marcel, it would have helped increase my rank as well. But all the same, it's not that bad. Captain Cristiano Ronaldo, as I said in the video that you played, Ronaldo is a legend, and he was definitely a captaincy option. What, of course, the point I was always trying to make is that you people shouldn't focus all your eyes on Ronaldo and let's say overshadow some of the good options. Which one of them was Lukaku? Lukaku matched Ronaldo, Pepe, like no, Pepe, equal.
Like Kwame B. Flat said.
Yeah, equal. I think as Kwame rightly predicted. So I was torn between buying Ronaldo and buying Lukaku. In the end, so the overthinking was pointless. But yeah, that was the point I was trying to make last week, and that was that I think people. I mean, Ronaldo is an excellent player, and he's someone that, of course, you can possibly captain week in, week out. But sometimes there might be other options that you need to look at. It's like right now, Ronaldo and Lukaku, they are matching themselves up. Even in Champions League, both of them scored a goal each. Yeah. So, I mean, Lukaku, people should not just focus on Ronaldo, but really, really keep a close eye on Lukaku as well, because I have a feeling, or I feel like he's really going to be neck and neck with Ronaldo this season. And he's points, he's 1.0 cheaper as well. So for some managers who may not be able to afford Ronaldo for whatever reason, I think Lukaku is a decent option. Of course, as the game weeks go on, we'll see how they would perform as the game weeks go on. But I think for now, Lukaku can really, really match Ronaldo. And maybe we might discuss later on in the show, you see that the fixtures tend in favor of Ronaldo. So in that sense, are you still going to keep Ronaldo when you can move to Lukaku? I mean, some people have both, which is fine, but of course, there's the argument that it just doesn't give you the right balance. Yeah, it doesn't give you the right balance in your team. But every manager and the way they want to move. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll talk more about it as we go along. So that's pretty much for my team.
Yes. So you made a comment about some people not being able to get Ronaldo, but how did you get Ronaldo? What did you do in your transfers?
Oh yeah, so I did. As you can see, there was a -4. I had a free transfer, so I had 2 free transfers. So I took out Bruno. I took Bruno and brought in Jota. I took out Tony, who I'm glad I took out because they are giving me a 2 again with facing Brighton. So I took him out and brought Ronaldo. And I took out, I had Konsa as a defender, 5.0.
Yeah.
And brought in Marcel from Wolves because I was taking a look at Wolves fixtures. And their underlying stats, even in their previous games, have been very, very good, even though they hadn't kept a clean sheet. But they did keep a clean sheet in their previous match, which, of course, I didn't benefit from. But anyway, at least I have in my team, and I can move forward with them. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So managers who want to get Ronaldo and we're waiting and seeing with Bruno or Ronaldo, please. Ronaldo has announced his return, so please, he's here. So this is my team as well. I had 72. I wildcarded, so I didn't have to take any minus points. The only painful thing was the Calvert-Lewin injury because it was said on Friday that he was in training and we're expecting that he will be fit. It's because of Calvert-Lewin that I didn't have Lukaku because my wildcard teams were 2. One with the Lukaku.
I queried you
and
guys
one with
on this thing last week, and you guys said come on too. I queried you guys asking you about
what did you say?
Calvert-Lewin. Oh, don't you remember? I think Marlvin mentioned that his training picks have come also. Or it was, I can't remember the exact one.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, but what shows that he's...
No, but even aside that, the coach on his Friday press conference spoke about Calvert-Lewin and said that Calvert-Lewin is training, just that he has a little bit of pain. And that if the coach is saying that he's still training and it's Friday and the game was on Monday, so at least you know that if it was Saturday, you know that it could be 50-50. But by Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and even Monday the night, there was a high likelihood that he was going to play. But then we were all, I was not all, we were all. I was quite bent with Cavalier. Pepe returned for me, as I said. I think he was one of my punts in there. So he returned. He could have even gotten more. And I think the Arsenal pictures are going to get quite better as we move forward. So the Ronaldo captaincy, as we said, Ronaldo is Ronaldo. Marlvin said Ronaldo is Ronaldo. Samuel Power down. So yeah, welcome. It's been a while. We saw you. I think the last 2 shows we haven't seen you around, but nice to have you back. Yeah. So I play a 3-4-3, but I had an automatic substitution. So it was very good for me to have Livramento, the 6-point Livramento on the bench. And I want to say that having these 4.1, 4.0 defenders is essential this season, as we are trying so hard to have the 3 premiums, either 2 or 3. So please, if you have not gotten any very good 4.1 or 4.0 defenders as a FPL manager, try and get them into your team before they rise to 4.2 or 4.3, so that at least in case of anything, they can balance your team out. And this year, we are going to have a lot of scouting for the budget players, because if we don't find a lot of the 5.5 and 4.5 players, we can't be able to play this year, whilst we want to have the Salah and then the Lukaku's and then Ronaldo in our teams as well. So that's it with my team. So we'll look at the table. The table is getting very heated. We have a new leader on the table for the FPL Ambassador show. So all those who are joining us, please, if you have not joined the show, Rowland will give the code at the end. But Rowland today has dropped to this week has dropped to 4th position. We have a new leader, B. His name is BAM. Catalan FC is there. POG 2020. Rowland is in 4th position. Invigil was, I think, in 2nd position last week. And then I hope you can all see Happy Days name down there. Do you know who Happy Days is managed by? Happy Days FC. The name is not there. Our own Alexander Minka of GMBC. GMBC. Yeah. So he says that this year is going to win. So he has taken the lead. Yes. So Rowland. Yes, he wildcarded. So that is it there. Yes. So our take, Rowland and Marlvin, I think you did quite a very good work in that. So Tierney had a clean sheet. Alonso also had a clean sheet as well. Greenwood midfielders. Greenwood returned. Salah returned. It was an attack that Kane did not return, and I think the Spurs attack is looking a bit some way. I don't know, Marvin. What do you see about the Spurs attack?
Yeah, definitely. I think their major source of creativity is not available, which is Son. I don't know how long Son is injured for, but if Son is not playing, I think they lose a lot on their creativity sense, and he also adds goals to his game. So, I mean, when Son was playing without Kane, I don't know. He tends to do well when Kane is not around. I think it's something I've realized, and I mean because of his speed and he can run into the box, he can play on the counter and things. I think it works for him because he was playing up front. I don't think it's necessarily the same for Kane playing up top without the services of Son. So I think as long as maybe Son is injured, it might hamper their goal scoring a little bit.
Okay. Rowland, anything else? We should move on.
I think that our differentials were quite disappointing this week.
Jimenez and Traore.
Traore didn't. I didn't watch that match as well, but the kind of highlights that I watched, I didn't see too much of him in it. Jimenez missed the header. That's as much as I saw. Then I think Semedo. I mean, yes, but for the differentials that we picked, sorry, viewers. If anyone took a punt on them, we apologize, but we keep trying our best to. If we can give you 5 out of 6 every week, I think that yes, we are not magicians, but we are doing our best to get our take to you. So that's about it. Yeah.
And I think what was quite painful was Raya losing his clean sheet at the
At the end.
in stoppage time. At the end. Oh,
Right.
Yes. Oh, that was
Charlie.
painful.
Yes. So, but so that being said, it means that 5 out of 6
That
were
was
on
very
point. Let's say 4.5 because Kane is appointed. But the captaincy was a spot on. Salah against Leeds. We're actually surprised how we know we were much more concerned about Ronaldo and then Lukaku, because I said for captaincy wise, Lukaku was a very good option last week. But it looked like Leeds, the Liverpool team attack is back this year. Compared to how last year they were a bit poor as in there. So we'll move to our take for this week. So managers should know that if we give our take is well researched and on point. Okay, Rowland, this is your take. Please explain.
Yeah. Yes.
Take
So
us
I
through.
went for goalkeeper Crew. Yes. I watched how good Norwich. I think defensively they are getting better. They've conceded quite a number of goals, and as the weeks are going by, it's reducing. So I see it as Watford has been a bit disappointing in the past few game weeks. Apart from the first game week that they did well, other subsequent game weeks they haven't done much. So I think that with the defense, they are shoring up their defense. I mean, they are playing well. The 3.9 defender who came in, almost something. He also did very well against Arsenal. Yes, Omo Bamidele. Yes. So
I know Akbao. I just say Omo came on.
Omo came on.
Omo Bamidele. So Omo, I mean, I think the defense is getting better. So that's why I've gone in for Crew. Then the defender, Semedo has had, it's something that we usually look at in FPL. When a player is about to hit, for last season, we had players like Cancelo, and you could tell this guy will hit one. He will hit. Because the stats are there to show. Yes, he will hit. So that is how I'm feeling about Semedo. His list will be 6 points, but I think that with the highlights I saw, he had 2 clear chances that he could score. I mean, the right back and left back, they were totally marauding forward in that game against Watford. They did so well. So I believe Semedo has the capability to even punish this Brentford defense more, because they keep a low block. So that even makes it better, because that means that attack. Brentford plays high ball attack, then high press. Yeah, so I mean, it will give them a little bit more freedom, and them playing at home will also help. Pepe, I think I discussed this last week on the show that the Norwich left side is a bit leaky, and that's where his goal or his assist came from. So looking at Burnley's defense as well, the left side is also a problem, because both goals were scored from the left side. I think Townsend's goal was a cutting from there. King's goal was a cutting from there. So if you look at it, it means Pepe stands another good chance of giving attacking returns to managers. So if you are looking for a mid-range midfielder, you can look at Pepe. Then also the forward, Bamford, we were having reports that he was having a problem with his hamstring, but Bielsa has come out today to say that there's nothing wrong with him. And Bamford has not been able, at least
Roland's network is a bit
yeah.
Roland.
I think my needs.
Okay.
Do you want to comment on his? Do you want to comment on his options? Maybe. Hey, am I the only one who is live? Hello, guys.
Yeah, I'm here. But Marlvin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Well,
Roland, Roland, can you hear me?
I feel that this week will be a week for Bamford. Likes a Friday that I got a hat, so I'm thinking that is because
Rowland is fast forwarding, no, Charlie.
Don't worry. Let him go. Roland, please continue. Roland, so sorry, viewers, for the
Can
sorry,
you hear me now?
Yeah, go
Roland,
ahead.
flow.
So what I'm saying is that the differential players. The reason why I went for both Nacho and Pukki was that I wanted to know if Nacho will start tonight. His game against Man City, he was fantastic. If he's given an opportunity to start against Brighton, he will score. He's even a player I'm looking at, but I'm not too certain if he would start. That's why I've pulled out. But if Pukki starts against, we know Pukki will start, and Pukki will definitely score against Watford. So my captain is Mane. Mane scores or assists against Crystal Palace. It's one of his favorite teams. He just enjoys playing against them. Even if he plays badly, he gets 1 chance, 2 chances, he will score. So Mane for me for captaincy. So that's about it.
Marlvin, this guy is going for Mane again. After what Mane nearly beat him at the start of the season. Hey,
before this, I would have said, but I think I like that captaincy choice. The reason being that Mane was benched in the Champions League, so he didn't start the game. So now he will be fresh to start the game against Crystal Palace.
Even if he's fresh or he's not fresh, you blast. You waste chances. And what is even more annoying now is, let me just state one thing before we go on. Jota is now beginning to play like Firmino. And I noticed that it means that Firmino will be out for quite a while. Now he feels confident in what he's doing. It's not as if he knows that Firmino is behind him or he's on the bench that he may come in for him, so he's always in the box. Now you see Jota moving all around the pitch, and it's annoying. Because if I knew that's what he would do, then I wouldn't even have gone in for him in the first place. Because right now he comes back to the center, to the center of the park, trying to pass the ball and all of that. But at least if he gives us an assist. That's what a mid-range midfielder is for. So we'll take it. So he must stay in the ball. Stay in the ball.
Jota, stay in the ball. And Mane score Jota's assist. We don't like those things he did on Sunday at all. At all. I actually bought on my wild card. Actually, I shouldn't have bought Jota, but I actually said no. I wanted Jota for this week's game against Crystal Palace, Liverpool against Crystal Palace. So then what I'll do is I'll sell Rafinha for 1 week, and then I'll keep Jota for the Palace game. Then after that, I'll bring back my own Rafinha. And then I brought him. I wasn't actually expecting any points from him against Leeds last week. But then, looking at how the game was very open, I was like, at least I know I'll get at least 1 goal assist. Mane wasted every single thing. But this week, I'm very sure the score will go that way. Okay, Marlvin, anything to say, or I should move to your team? Your team,
because we have about 1, 2, 3 similar picks. So
okay,
you can go ahead.
So
okay,
Marlvin,
So for the goalkeeper, I've gone for Ramsdale. The reason I've gone for him is that Arsenal is facing Burnley, and they kept their first clean sheet against Norwich. I'm just based on that. I have a feeling Ramsdale's position is his to lose. So if I have a feeling he might start against Aston Villa. I read today that Burnley. I think I read somewhere today that Arteta might be rotating his goalkeepers, but I still have a feeling, or I'm still believing that Ramsdale is going to start and has a possibility of keeping
Arsenal
a clean sheet.
So if
the clean sheet for Ramsdale, then it means that if anybody has any Arsenal defenders, to keep him starting, because they're very good likelihood of a clean sheet, right?
Yeah, that's a good angle as well. I don't even look at that, but yeah, that's a good angle. Semedo, I think Semedo's attacking from the right hand side. He's always in the box. He missed 2 chances like in the last game, if you watched it, against Watford, and he's always up there joining the attack. I mean, he attacks more than he even defends. So I didn't want to choose any other one apart from him. The other person I was looking at, but of course, because you have to choose one, if I had a second choice, I've gone for somebody like Cancelo against Southampton as well. Because of Pep Roulette, I'm not sure whether he's going to play or he's not going to.
Because of that, this year people are not talking about the City asset at all.
Yeah. So I would have gone for Cancelo, but I'm sticking with Semedo. For midfield,
sorry, Marlvin, sorry to cut you. Concerning Cancelo, I think with Mendy's absence, it's making it look more like the Cancelo is gaining more of more stability in the team now, because Cancelo can play on as right back and then left back. And I think he has played on the first 4 games across board. So I think Cancelo is now gaining that kind of more consistency. If you be benched, it will be 1 out of 5. And then managers can sure manage it. So please, if anybody is actually watching Cancelo, you should watch out for that there. And then, sorry, let me talk about Semedo again. Now, it's been seen that the Wolves' new manager, Bruno Lage, his team, when he was in Portugal, the statistics show that his 2 wing backs, the one on the left and the right, so Marçal and Semedo, would always be involved in goals and assists. So at that price of 4.9 and then 4.5, I think Marçal is now 4.6. You can have them in your team for a very longer run, especially as we said earlier on that the Wolves fixtures are very good from game week 4 to game week 14. So if you have not bought any one of them, at least buy one of them into your team, have the defensive points, and then get the attacking returns one or two in there. So managers should not sleep on the Wolves defense. Because even in the first 3 games, when they met a very big team, they conceded only 1 goal against all of them. So that's it there. So Marlvin, you can continue.
Okay. So in midfield, I've gone for Kevin De Bruyne. He is returned from injury. He played 70 minutes in the Champions League, which means that he's built up his fitness. I like the fact that he was substituted, which means that he's possibly fresh and ready to go on Saturday. Of course, with Pep Roulette, there's always a risk, but I'm just putting my neck out there because I don't.
KDB.
Me trying to predict Pep Roulette, I don't think he's going to play next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is EFL or Carling Cup. They play against Wycombe. Sure. I don't think he would play that match. So for me, I think that he'll play this Saturday and then be rested for the game against Chelsea. So that's why I've put in De Bruyne. Now for forward, I've gone for Bamford because he's facing a Newcastle side who have been very leaky since the beginning of the season. And since Bielsa has come out to say that he's not injured, of course he's raring to go. I think my forward pick would be Bamford for this week. Pukki, of course, is my differential. They are facing a Watford side. Watford have not emulated what they did in the Championship. It seems as if they are the opposites at the moment. So they become very leaky. Apart from their first game, which they won, they've even struggled to score goals as well. So I think Pukki is a good player to look at if you're looking for a differential pick for this week. I think he is the best out of the lot. Captaincy, like last week, I'm not going to have any headache. Just going for Salah. He's the safest pick. He's facing a Crystal Palace side. Crystal Palace have not been that bad defensive.
Yes.
But I think the little that I read, I think Salah too has a good record against Crystal Palace as well. And nowadays the home advantage really counts as well. So because the fans are back, so I think Salah would be among the goals as well. So that's why I've gone for him as captaincy. Yes.
Marlvin, what you talked about not thinking about the captaincy, the official FPL Facebook page gave out a quote about Salah. They gave Salah statistics. This is Salah statistics against Crystal Palace, and then they made an asterisk. Please, nobody should blame us if it's jinx. I said, why are you people giving a disclaimer when you are giving us statistics? Boys will come and give it to them. So, yes, but as you said, Salah captaincy.
A quick point on the Salah.
Sure. Rowland.
Okay, so
Yeah, Rowland.
I was reading something yesterday, and one guy was asking. So now that Salah has missed the penalty, will Mane take over? And if Mane takes over, will managers be drawn more to Mane or
Apu,
Salah?
Apu,
So just
Apu.
hypothetically, if Salah is
Massa,
taking off pens and Mane from bench, what would be
Still,
what's
Salah
our
is
first
Salah.
thoughts?
Still,
if
Salah.
come again?
The number of
I'm saying if Mane is now put on
Mane
pens,
gets there, yes. Would
Please,
you move
Salah.
for?
Salah is
Please,
Salah.
please. Salah is
Just
Salah. Salah is
Ronaldo
Salah. Please.
because there are some players in FPL, Charlie, you just stick to them. If like one of the my friends who has come to me for advice, Robbie, for FPL and things, that he makes his changes every 4 weeks, every 4 game weeks. He doesn't have time to be making
Okay.
changes. So I told him that, Robbie, if you're not going
Okay.
to make anything, just leave your captaincy on Salah and then just play the game like that.
Okay.
Because at the end of
Okay.
the 38 game week, Salah is going to be around the 200 mark again. So
Sure.
Salah is one of the players that you play your team or you create your team around him and just leave him in your side.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Sure. So about Bamford, the league fixtures are getting better. After they face Liverpool, the league fixtures from now, I think for the next 5 games are very better. So if managers are actually not watching the leagues guys, please get one of them, because it's looking like when teams have a very good set of fixtures, they then tend to produce their points. It's been proven across board, except Chelsea, which is because the team is relatively good. That is why they are able to produce points, even in that difficult set of fixtures as well. But with KDB coming, it's going to give us a headache, because now we will have Salah, Ronaldo, Lukaku, KDB. Harry Kane has not yet changed gear. So these 4 will have to find a way of trying to balance these guys as the season goes on. I am starting to think about a plan to get KDB, Salah, and then Lukaku in game week 8. I've started to make some plans about that to see how feasible it is. So now what I need to start, I need to start scouting for budget players so that I can get them. Otherwise, if Gabriel Jesus gets that his spot very cold, I'd rather go to Jesus so that I can have a better team as well. So, Roland, any comments on Marlvin's pick? Then otherwise, we go to our teams.
Oh no, they are good picks.
Yeah, good picks there. Okay, great. Managers in the chat area, please, you can bring your comments about how these teams are looking like. Okay.
And they've gone very quiet in the past few minutes. But
Yes.
Limited is not around.
So some unlimited is not around. Yes. So, Roland, what are your transfer plans? This is how your team is.
Okay, so for now, Antonio out. I won't gain anything on him. So the first thoughts that came to mind was actually Pookie. So now I'm thinking either Pookie, Bamford, Iheanacho. But Iheanacho is a long stretch. Also with Foden and KDB back. Now I'm even scared for Gundogan. I mean, I just kept him in the team. Now it's giving me a bit of a headache. I don't know whether to have him out or just take the 1 points like that if he's benched. So that's just about. So these are the 2 problem areas for me. I think I'll maintain my team the way it is. Benrahma, I'll keep Greenwood, Ronaldo, Jota. I'll keep all of them. It's either I don't bring anyone in and I bring Williams in for Antonio, but the upside is not high. I want a player with a high ceiling, so that if I take Antonio out, if I even bring in Bamford or I bring in Torres, or it's unfortunate. I wanted Jesus, but Marlvin's player. I wanted him, but unfortunately, I'm short by 0.5, so I can't make that move without taking a -4. And I don't think it's worth taking a minus this game week. So that's exactly what I'm trying to, run away from, because the uncertainties in the game week are too many. So I don't want to even add on to that. So I think that either Bamford or I get in a player for Gundogan, but it's either Bamford or Pukki for now.
So why don't you? So when you sell Antonio, will you buy him back?
I will.
So if you buy him back, why, if Benrahma starts not looking too good, so why don't you replace Benrahma and then strengthen that side? Because Gundogan, I know for sure Gundogan would most likely, I'm not, we all know Pep Roulette is not predictable, but I know that when KDB is playing, sometimes it's good to have Gundogan close by to him. So although he might not necessarily give you the point, but if the City machine sparks on Saturday against Southampton, you know that Gundogan might be involved one way or the other now that KDB is back. So why don't you make a transfer on Benrahma? Why don't you want Rafinha?
Because I'm not too sold on him. When you watch players and you watch how they play, yes, Rafinha has a good record against Newcastle, and I love those things. I like players who have good records. So when they have a good record, I'm like, oh, you know what? Either way, you score. He has a good record against Everton. He scored. So him having a good record against Newcastle, the likelihood of him scoring is higher. But I'm just looking at the upside. Rafinha can't give you more than 10 points. He can't even give you even a double-digit figure. He rarely goes there. So I'm looking at a player with a higher ceiling. If I'm taking a punt on a player, I'm looking at a player that I feel that can get me at least 8, 9, 10 points, and above. It's not like I'm being greedy or anything, but Rafinha can equally do it for me. But my thing is, I have Benrahma in my team. There's no real rush to sell him, right? He's playing against Man United. Man United's defense is not all that. So if I have a player like him playing,
are you not concerned that with Antonio not playing, Benrahma's output will not be quite good? And looking at Benrahma's stats over the past 2 games, it looks like his output. It looks like the Benrahma party is ending.
Oh yes, just like Kwame B. Flat said, I think Benrahma is done. I agree to it, but you see, the fixtures that they have afterwards too are good because they face Leeds and what or so. So my thinking is not just to let the player go because he's having one bad game or the other. Rafinha hasn't performed anything throughout the whole 4 weeks, but managers still have him in their team. You get it. It's not because they know that the fixtures coming are good. So they're better than Rafinha will hit at a certain point in time. So they are keeping hold of him. And I'm thinking that his collabo with Antonio, the connection that they have, that kind of synergy there is good for the two of them. So I'm just looking at a 1 week punt, getting him out. Because truth be told, I don't even really see players that you can get in. We are looking at Conor Gallagher, we are looking at Doucouré, we are looking at Gray. All those players are there, but they don't have the fixtures to match. And usually I look at the fixtures when they have the matches, and Aston Villa is not an easy customer. So if I'm going in for Demarai Gray for that one game, he may hit, he may not hit. Doucouré, I mean, he's looking good throughout. Whether any team he plays, he will do good. But is he a player I really want? You get it. So I don't really have options.
There are a lot of things. Yes, sure. So you prefer to rather bank, take your time, and then look at this. You can then decide.
Yes. Kwame B. Flat is saying, after Marlvin and I had an extensive chat last week, I have pulled my wildcard trigger for this game week. Antonio's recklessness for the wildcard. Kwame B. Flat,
Top manager advisor Marlvin.
So as Marlvin announced last week, I think that it is also helping managers. When players viewers relate to a certain kind of style, so that means that his play style is close to Marlvin's play style. You get it. So when a manager relates to your style, he really likes you and appreciates. So Marlvin, Charlie, thumbs up. And I think that we are all here for everyone. Obia taste room. So if mine is not going well for you, don't worry. Marlvin's or Raymond's.
Where is Samar Limited? Where is Samar Limited?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, maybe that is
that's why.
why.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mm.
let's look
So Ray,
at
that's
my
about it. But
team. So
Marvin, what do you think of my team?
yes,
Raymond, you've spoken about Marvin. Let Marvin
sorry.
give his thoughts on my team before we move on.
Sorry, do you want to go back to your team? Um,
Yes, I've gone back. I've gone back. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, you're having a similar headache to what possibly managers are having because for your team and I, the only difference is Gundogan at the moment.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm having the same challenge, of course, whether to bench Antonio for one game week or to go for an upside with another striker. I mean, let me just use the opportunity to maybe discuss maybe what I would have mentioned. For me, I have Marcel, so I can play Marcel, Alexander Arnold, White, and Shaw,
Let's
and
go
then
to
bench.
Marvin's team, Ray, so that
Okay.
managers will appreciate it.
Okay. Okay. So that tomorrow we use that to talk about your team there.
Okay, yeah. So for
Yeah.
my bench, actually, I know managers can't see here, but for my bench, I have Aileen and I have Marcel. So I can play
Okay.
Marcel, Alexander Arnold, Shaw, White, or I mean, I can play four of those five defenders because I think they all have a decent chance of doing something. But as Roland also said, so that's one option that managers can look at. What Roland also said that I mean, the upside as well. Do you, will my defenders really give me the upside? I mean, it's too uncertain. Like I've been toying with this throughout the week.
Sure.
So if I was going to go for a striker, the options as Riley meant Pookie against a Watford leaky side, Bamford against a leaky Newcastle side. Jimenez is another option. He hasn't hit the ground running, but his underlining stats, like the way Wolves' underlining stats have been, is one option to also look at. That's another alternative. If you can make a stretch, or if I mean, I'm not going to do it, but if managers want to do a -4 and bring somebody like Lukaku to replace Antonio, that's another pick to look at. I mean, initially on paper, you would think that Chelsea facing a Spurs side is a difficult match, but kindly know that Dyer is injured, Tanganga is suspended. Their new defender Romero
Um,
is somewhere in Europe at the moment. He doesn't come back until Saturday, so the likelihood of him
yes.
starting is there's also a question
Marvin,
mark.
Marvin, sorry.
Yeah.
I think some news is saying that Spurs are quite. There's a certainty that they might be able to start Dyer and Romero as well. So
Okay.
it's more like 50-50. The match is on Sunday, so by Sunday
Okay.
it can be clear or not too clear. But you can still make an
Okay.
analysis based on all the
Okay.
two.
Sure. I still think, of course, if Dyer is inside, it gives Spurs a better defensive position. However, I think having Lukaku, I mean, if Lukaku decides to
Still
they
good.
want to score
Sure.
even one goal, I think
Sure.
it will be a good shout for him. So if it's a stretch, but if you want to look at Lukaku, that's one to look at. Looking at the fixtures, another person, and that's a punt, is Richarlison. Richarlison against Aston Villa. Aston Villa, I don't think have been so good defensively so far.
Yeah.
And targeting Everton's next fixture as well, they're going to face a Norwich side. So if you bring in
Okay.
Richarlison, you can bring in for 2 game week punt as well. So these are options for
Calvert-Lewin.
managers to look at.
Calvert-Lewin.
And
Calvert-Lewin.
yeah, I mean,
Calvert-Lewin.
one more striker to look at is somebody like Gabriel Jesus, if you want to play around with the Pep roulette, because it's going to face a Southampton side, which, yeah, I think if I'm correct, City have a good record against Southampton. I'll need to check that, but I think they have a good record against Southampton. And I don't know whether it's Sterling.
When they are playing at Etihad.
Is it Sterling? Is it Sterling who likes scoring against Southampton, or is it
It's
Bournemouth?
KDB.
It's KDB.
Bournemouth is Sterling and Southampton is KDB.
They scored against that. They've scored 9-0 against Southampton before. One of the seasons, I'm sure. It was 8-0 or 9-0.
So I was about to
Yeah.
8-0 or so. The 9-0 against Southampton was
It's true. That's my
But I
captain.
think they
Kevin
scored a very
De Bruyne,
high score against.
You're very, very upset, Roland. I just remembered. Captain Kevin De Bruyne he scored and gave 2 assists. It's true. It's true.
Yes. And that
Yeah.
game, I didn't captain him, but I had him.
I captained him. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but
anyway,
I just want Marvin. When you were mentioning the Aston Villa team, I looking at how well Watkins played, I think Watkins, because of their fixtures, no one
Sure.
is looking
Yeah.
at that guy. But that guy played
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenally. So I think that he's
Really
a
true.
good, he's a good pick if you look at, because Everton's defense is not that good.
Yeah, they've been
Everton's
very
defense, yes, and it's Ings who had an off day. That's why Chelsea was able to keep a clean sheet, because anytime the ball came to him, it's either he messed it up or his first touch was poor. But Watkins ran that game for his first game back. I think he really did well. So it's one for managers to look at. When you were talking about it, I just realized that Watkins is there. So it's like everyone has forgotten him.
Yes.
But like I said, the upside, when you are taking a 1 week punt for a player, Antonio won't give you anything. So even if I go in for Bamford, I've gotten 2 points if he doesn't score. If I go in for Pookie, he gets me 2 points. I mean, whatever you look at, there's a good side to it. But because you are taking Antonio out, and I personally feel I'm getting him back next week. And what is really the point of me not getting a player who give me an upside, so that when I'm changing,
just to confuse managers more, Antonio scored, by the way, in his first Europa League match.
Yes, in the Europa League.
Only one. Man United is so fortunate.
Those of you who are selling him, be careful.
Sorry, I just feel like let's all be confused together.
Let's all be confused together.
So me, I just think that, like Marlvin is also, the options are there and they are in attack, not in midfield. So if you are looking at the options that you have, most of them are in attack. I mean, you look at Jesus, Watkins, even Ings cries a good shout. Those teams that play low block, Michael Keane, Yeremina, they don't have speed. Godfrey is the only one who has speed in that team. Look at Michael Keane. He's error prone. Yeremina, he's like an accident waiting to happen. So if you have players who are running in, Masa, someone like Watkins, and yes, I think that one is a good shout. Marlvin, thanks for bringing it to my notice, even though I wouldn't do it. But I think that for now,
yeah, I mean, it gives managers the option to, especially somebody like Kwame B. Flat, who is on a wild card, it gives him the opportunity to critically look at it and see whether he can make it very well.
Exactly. So Ray, let's go to yours.
Yeah, so talk of Watkins, the Aston Villa fixtures get better around game week 8. So when you said this, has come to my mind. Instead of getting Gabriel Jesus in there, I think I'll bring in Watkins there, and then to be able to strengthen other parts. So I'll take it well. Sure. So I'll rather use the Pep Roulette to go to defense. Okay. Yes, so I'd rather use the Pep Roulette to go to defense, and then I'll bring Watkins in attack there.
Yes.
So let's see how it goes there. So this is my theme. You know me, I'm an early transfer guy, so I've done my transfers. I brought in Rafinha for Benrahma. Benrahma is out of my team officially. I have left the party. I joined the party late, and then I've left the party.
You gave last week and 2 weeks ago.
No, he was in my team. Yes, but I joined after he had done all everything, and since I brought him in the 2 weeks, nothing. So maybe I'm the guy bringing the bad luck. So let me leave so that you can enjoy him. You see the way Cavallero is sitting on my bench. You know I've not bought Cavallero the whole of this season. This season too, as soon as I bought him, he has gotten injured, even on my wild card. So as for Cavallero, I won't say anything. You know, last year I triple captain Cavallero when he had 2 very good pitches against West Brom and Southampton, all at home, and then he blanked in all the 2. So make up a in the air. Wait.
In fact, the triple captain chip, Marlvin also played him, and I think that Kane also had a double game. So it was between Kane and
I'm not putting triple captaincy on a player who is not premium ever again. Cavallero
against West Brom and Southampton, all games at home. No. I mean, it was not you. It was my bad luck with Cavallero.
So all along, so Europa League is different from Europa Conference League. I never knew.
Yes,
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 also
yes.
come
The
seventh
Europa
in
Conference League was
their
just a
league.
What
setup.
is Europa Conference League? What is that?
They said they want to do an extra one so that people will play. UEFA want money. UEFA
No,
it's
you
money
want
they
to do
want
extra
to.
one for what? So those.
Why has Kane scored?
Oh, I didn't even play safe. I don't think he played. Let me see.
No,
What
so
was
He
it?
so
played.
so so, so the
His
the
name
the,
was
the,
there.
the latter teams, the focus for the Europa the Conference League is to help the other Eastern Europe clubs don't get a lot of European competition, so at least they can also get the money. So it is more to help the smaller teams. Okay,
So,
Sam Kwashi. Okay, Sam Kwashi. So first view. So who and who scored? Kindly let us know because
so
we
who?
have been in here for the
So
past
if we
55
win the
minutes.
Conference League, what do you go to Europa League or what?
Good
That one
question.
there, please. I've not had my time. I've not had the time to go and check. So we'll have to go and
What
check
kind of waste
that.
of time? What kind of waste league is that?
So it's true.
Europa Conference, what do you do? You win.
The reward is to move into the Europa
I
League.
think you gain qualification to Europa League. I think that'll be the
No, I doubt. I'm sure it's
You
the
can't.
Conference League.
team was
Great champions, the
Jesus.
Europa
Go
go
on.
world champions, then you want
Hey,
Europa Conference.
Cameroon. Oh no. Yeah, I won't talk about Cameroon again. In fact, maybe
Go ahead.
never say never. I won't say I'll never buy him, but I won't talk about Cameroon again. So because I brought in, I had to painfully sell. I had to painfully sell Semedo for Marcel because I needed to buy Rafinha for Benrahma. I needed the coins.
So you took a
So I've painfully. Yeah, I've taken a -4. I've taken a -4 to bring in Rafinha. Yes, so because I really needed Rafinha for this game, but I had to choose Jota over him. And then I feel Benrahma is wasting the time in my team. So I've had to bring Rafinha and then I've had to painfully buy Marcel. I really, really want Semedo, but the coins can't match. So you see that I am playing like a Moreno team 5-4-1 in FPL. hardly do you play 5-4-1, all because of Calvert-Lewin and Antonio. I've done a transfer. I can't take an extra transfer for -8. Yes, can be flat. So Antonio has scored against
the game should be
West Ham.
done
Yes,
by
we said
now.
that. So yes, I'm sure. Yes, I'm
think
sure
the
by
game
now it should be done. Yes. Okay,
Yes.
so the Spurs drew. First was an ongoing, and it was Højbjerg that scored. Okay, Sam Kwashi, thanks so much in the live chat there. So my defense, I have Reguilon, Marcel. My only challenge is with Omo Babidele and then Livramento. Omo Babidele, it's possible he might not play. If he doesn't
Why?
play, then I'll have 10 out of 11. He's not a certain player, but I've heard that he played quite well. That he might have the chance of being given a chance to play again.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Livramento.
Are you going to predict Livramento score?
That's what I'm trying to say. So all I'm praying is that City should score 3 goals, nothing more than 3. At least with the 3 goals, I'll get 1 point.
Raymond, let me help you. I think Ralph has some good to learn. I was reading something this morning, and it was talking about Livramento being moved to the midfield, and then Kyle Walker-Peters being played behind him. So this game we could not shut that go the way you want it, but I believe subsequently he can, because definitely you need 2 people to defend on the right and the left against Man City, but 0 no the budget. So it means that if Obama whatever Marlvin situation I mean Omo
10 out of 11. And then
Livramento 0. I'm not just any 9.
Reguilon is playing against Chelsea. So
hey,
most likely the
I want to watch your backline would do. Your backline from them.
So all I'm praying for is that the goals don't go more than 3. So at least 1 point here. If it goes to 4, 0.
Therefore, they don't go hit because they scored 4 or 5 in their last game. So that one to
use the opportunity to answer some questions. Which Arsenal player can I have in my fantasy?
Okay, so for now, if you want a player, I mean value, Pepe. Pepe is value.
Okay.
I mean, Saka is also a value player. Saka
Kenny.
came on as a sub because of the English games. He met up with the English national
Okay.
team. So coming back, he definitely slots back into the team. Now with Partey back in midfield, I think that the attackers have more freedom to move forward and create chances. So Arsenal, if you have Aubameyang money, but don't go for Aubameyang because Charlie, the money you can use it better elsewhere. So it's either Pepe or Saka or Ben White. Tierney is good. So one of these four players. So if you want two defenders, either White or Tierney, depending on your money, then either Pepe or Saka, depending on your funds in midfield. That's
on your money. Everything's about the money. Everything's about the money. So, the way my team is, all I need is Salah should hit. Please, you go to go and tell Mane he shouldn't do that thing again. Because if Salah does not hit, my game week is red arrow.
Forget about Salah. Think about Jota. Because Jota will be your key. Because Salah will definitely hit.
I know.
And I know, but I know. So I know that's what I'm warning. Because if Jota
money. So Mane is the guy you would need to speak to. But my serious point is I need Salah needs to hit. The captaincy needs to be on spot on. And in fact, this season I think we have had 3 out of 4 captaincy spot on. So we are praying to God for another spot on captaincy. And I think things would go on well there. So that is my team. Any other concern about my team?
There can't be.
The defense is not good. So Trent, all my hopes on the Palace game.
You have Bachman to N'Golo.
Bachman. Oh, I wanted to pick out Bachman, and I said that Bachman because of how the Watford defense.
Your defense. Sorry, I don't mean bad for you, but your defense will blast this week.
I'll take it. In fact, I'll start preparing my hat. To receive it, so that if anything happens, I'll go on well. But then I expect Antonio back next week, and then I'll decide on Calvert-Lewin. I'll decide because Calvert-Lewin is said. The coach said that they are not too sure, but it will be more than 2 or 3 weeks. So it means I need to start planning a transfer. So I'll go either for Bamford after the deadline. I'll watch over the fixtures for this week. So either Bamford or Edward. Bamford or Edward, one of them. But I think the EFL games are coming. I might slow down my transfer. Rowland has reminded me about injuries. The way I've had an injury so far, I'll slow down this time with my transfer as well there. So I think it's working out. Yeah,
it's important.
So thank you, Tyler B.
We're okay.
Yes, thank you. We okay. Thank you there.
How are you?
Great. So I think we've addressed all the issues about Luka and so Antonio keeping or selling him. Point if you are selling Antonio, make sure. Yeah.
Sorry,
Marlvin.
can I just chip in this for those managers who maybe have Antonio and Calvert-Lewin is better you make because Calvert-Lewin is likely to be out for 2 or 3 weeks. Depending based on what Benitez said, Antonio just missing 1 game week. Yeah. So if you want to go on attack, I think Calvert-Lewin is the best person to take out and bring in one of the strikers that we've mentioned to try and make some points from there. So that's just what I wanted to bring in.
Okay, so Tyler BM is asking us a question there. So he says he needed a midfielder for 5.4. Douglas Lewis, Tyler Roberts, Moutinho, or a Norwich midfielder. Who do you think?
5.4.
5.4. So it's because of Dallas has dropped to 5.4.
Okay.
Because of how the dynamics of people trying to have the premium players, it becomes a challenge. It becomes a challenge having. But I think normally for such a 5.4 player, the upside is not too much. But have a player who might be involved in a set piece here or there. And I think Moutinho takes set pieces as well.
Let him get Townsend. Townsend is currently 5.4. Yeah, Andros
Okay,
Townsend. Let's
okay.
get Andros Townsend.
Andros
He has
Townsend. Okay,
two fixtures against one against Aston Villa, the next against
against
Norwich.
Norwich.
Yeah, so you can
Okay.
get Townsend. Other than that,
Townsend there.
other than that, he should move towards a 3-4-3 formation, whereby the fifth midfielder is a bench fodder, like a Gilmore or a Brownhill
Okay.
or something. But if he's looking to play the midfielder, then he should go for Townsend. I think Townsend is the best option at the moment.
Townsend at the moment. Okay, sure.
But you shouldn't
So
overlook Dallas as well because their fixtures have eased up.
yes,
So
I've said it. I've told people that
Yeah.
Dallas is now 5.4. People should not sleep on him because he has moved from a defender to a midfielder. As long as he's involved in attack, especially at that 5.5.
every good thing that happens is part
price
of it.
range.
If he doesn't even
Yes,
assist
that's
or score, he assists the assister, so you get the returns.
So,
But Townsend, as
sure.
Marlvin is saying, is a sure banker now.
And then at 5.5, I think Odegaard is 5.5. So if the Arsenal pitches are getting better, Odegaard played quite well. He was trying to lay the key passes as well. So
Smith Rowe now? Hasn't Smith Rowe dropped in price? Let me see.
I think Smith Rowe has dropped to
But now he
5.4.
won't
But I
start.
think Smith Rowe and Odegaard are the one competing for that slot at the number 10. So it's one of them. So it's more like we're not too sure in there. Tyler,
Yeah.
I hope you picked our answers there. Okay, so Marlvin, he gives a reply, says that that's what I'm going to play a 3-4-3 and just play the midfielder for this week because Antonio. Oh, okay, so just because Antonio is injured, so he wants somebody for this week. So
either go for Townsend or go for Dallas. I think either
okay,
of these.
Kamel.
Dallas because the Newcastle defense is quite bad, and Townsend because he has two very good fixtures coming up, which is Aston Villa and Norwich.
Okay,
Townsend plays on the left. Wait,
yes, so
Townsend plays on the left.
Wait.
Or the right.
No, on the right.
Yes.
It's on the right.
Yeah, and then Conor Gallagher as well. But I think Gallagher is now 5.6.
Gallagher
right?
is 5.6 or 7 or so.
Yes, so that's the challenge. I think that's 5.4. So looking at it, fixture wise, Marvin, the teams you mentioned were what teams and what team?
So fixture wise, if you want to go based on fixture, I think Dallas
Just for this week.
It just might be Dallas. I would slightly just prefer Townsend just because I think he has more of a better upside, even though it's
A better upside.
Aston Villa, the defense is not as good as we thought it would be. So I might just go Townsend over Dallas.
So Tyler, we give you two options.
Back.
Yeah, Martinez should be back in Gameweek 5.
Yeah, Martinez is back. Buendia is back. Yes, the two of them are all back. So that is it there. I think we've answered all the questions about Calvert-Lewin, talked about Calvert-Lewin and then Antonio and then buying Lukaku. If you want to buy him now, and that's all. So we just hope for a very good game week.
Hey, we've not spoken about our predictions for the week.
Sorry. Please forgive me.
Let's just rush through it.
Okay, so prediction for the week: Newcastle versus Leeds. 2-2. So it means the goal scoring game, but Rowland goes 2-2. Marlvin goes to a 3-1 win for Leeds. Then Wolves and Brentford, you all go for a Wolves clean sheet. Rowland goes 2-0 win, and then Marlvin goes a 1-0 win. And then when it comes to Burnley, you're all and Arsenal, you're all going for a clean sheet for Arsenal. So 2-0 win by Rowland, 1-0 win by Marlvin, all for Arsenal. And another clean sheet. Hey, today you're expecting clean sheets, wow. Okay. Clean sheet, Liverpool, Crystal Palace. Liverpool, Crystal Palace. 4-0 win for Liverpool by Rowland, 2-0 win by Marlvin. And then Man City, Southampton, another clean sheet. So 4-0 win by Man City for Rowland, 3-0 win by Man City by
Livramento 0 over there.
Share. No, Marvin's prediction will come on. Marvin's 3-0 will come. I want Marvin's 3-0. So 1 point. I need 1 point. 1 point is very precious.
But you might get yellow. Just remember that. So it goes back to 0.
Don't worry. Oh, where's Samara Limited? Where is Samara Limited? Oh, Norwich versus Watford. So no clean sheet there. So Babidele won't get the clean sheet. Backman to won't get a clean sheet. Hey! Please, I've skipped that match. Let me come to Aston Villa. Aston Villa Everton 3-1 win for Marlvin by Everton, and then 1-1
But
draw
wait,
by
Ray, I don't mean to cut you,
Yes.
but I've made this
Don't
3-1
worry.
prediction for, but I've changed my mind. I think
You
Aston
change your mind,
Villa-
so
Oh, okay.
No, not.
Villa-
I mean, this one remains, but I'm just saying that from the discussions we've had, I think that Aston Villa may even score Everton. They can.
Oh, yes, it's possible. It's possible. It's
Yes,
possible.
because if Buendia is back,
both
Watkins is back. Go on.
Yeah, both teams are attacking, so the game would be a very open game whereby each of them can score goals in there. So okay, so we are putting on record. Marlvin has changed his prediction so that next week when we come, if anything happens, Rowland has changed his prediction so that if anything happens next week, people won't come and give it to us.
Was for Aston Villa to win anyway. I'm the one who put a draw there.
No, he said his prediction is that Everton would win,
You
but
won.
he's saying that now he's changing it like that.
Okay.
Aston Villa can now win.
Yeah.
2-1. Aston
Yes,
Villa
yes,
2-1 win.
yes.
2-1 win.
Yes,
Watkins
Aston Villa
at the
2-1
top.
win. Okay. Yes, so a thumbs up from Tyler. Tyler says chess last. He didn't even notice that Townsend and then Smith Rowe were at that point. So we are also glad to have been able to assist to Tyler. You can subscribe to the channel, share, and let others also know about it there. So you all agree that Leicester would score Brighton by 2-1. You all agree that Man U will win the game against West Ham, but it wouldn't be a high scoring game. So either 2-1 win for Man U for Rowland, 1-0 win for 1-0 win for Marlvin. And then you all agree Chelsea is going to win against Spurs. Marlvin says that Spurs cannot score, so a clean sheet 2-0 win for Chelsea. And then Rowland, you say that Spurs might score, so it might be 3-1 in there. Yes. So that are the predictions. So it means that you are saying that Ronaldo should not be a captaincy punt. That's what we are saying. Is that what we are saying before we wrap up the show?
He will be my second choice to anybody. If you are captaining Salah, Ronaldo possibly. I mean, it depends on who's in your team actually. That doesn't hold. Okay. But Ronaldo, I think for this particular game, it's likely be Moyes may go 3 at the back. I mean, he has Zuma to bring in, so it's possible he can play Zuma, Dawson, and who's the other guy? Ogbono, and then play Cresswell and Kufal as wing backs. So I think he will try as much, and because he doesn't have Antonio as well, he might try and make sure that he's solid defensively. So I think he's going to play 3 at the back, which might not give Ronaldo's too much. That being said, Ronaldo, there's possibly a goal in it for Ronaldo. So, but I feel like Salah,
like Raymond.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but of course, Salah has more opportunity. If you are playing to go
because
for,
he just wild carded. So Charlie.
Oh yes, but Charlie, sometimes that these are the things that happen in FPL, how you adapt to situations and stuff like that. Somebody will be like, but I don't fret about, I'm not the only person in this situation. Late Riser bought Calvert-Lewin, and Late Riser was very furious about Calvert-Lewin. And Late Riser has now started doing his upside chasing. He's making the transfers here and there. He brought in Kane the previous weekend. He said no, it was a bad decision. He brought in Ronaldo. So now then he went for Calvert-Lewin because of that move. And then Calvert-Lewin now creates and then Antonio. So it's quite painful, but sometimes it's how you manage your time, take your time, think through everything before you make the decision. And I think that the best thing is just relax on it. And then at least the best thing is that now I don't know which striker to buy yet. So with this game week, I'll be able to look through the striker slot and then make the transfer on Calvert-Lewin as well. So I think it's also a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. And I mean, we also want to do upside strategy and take a punt. You can always look at Pookie and Bamford as captaincy this week as well. They are both facing leaky defenses.
Exactly.
Yes. So before we end the show, I said I'll give a surprise today. So the surprise, we are reminding managers to subscribe to our channel, join the league. The league code is UHZ. Hey, Rowland, please mention it. The league code.
This league code, everything you get it wrong.
Is UHF ZZC or UHF ZZC. So managers, I join the league. The league, I don't want people to join again. Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe and share. We have to 186. In fact, we have to do Operation 200. We have been at 186 for a very long time now. We want to do Operation 200. Then by game week, by December, we need to get to Operation 500 subscribers. So please, let's help out. But we said we have a surprise for managers. Last week, it was a serious controversial show, and in fact, we missed something. In fact, there was a controversy on even the FPL Ambassadors page all throughout on Friday to Saturday, even on Sunday as well. But then, as I was watching the show, I realized that there was a special surprise that happened. So managers, we want you to listen to this special surprise that we have from last week. This is from last week. Please listen. Some didn't join us at the beginning, so please listen and give us your take on it. I'm playing it.
Captaincy, Cristiano Ronaldo, first game against no other opponent than Newcastle. They are going to rack up the goals. He's going to be involved. Ronaldo is Ronaldo. He's a GOAT. He's a legend. I mean, you don't even need to see. You don't even need to play. I mean, sometimes in FPL you want to watch and see, but this one you don't need to watch and see. If you have him, as Rowland said, you captain him, and that's it.
Marlvin,
I could listen to him.
Charlie. Rowland, we need to share this video. We need to share this video to social media and make the noise. FPL Ambassadors, we are the ones who are this. We have our own disagreement.
Bars, man.
Bars. I tell you. Bars. Hey. We are going to share it on. We are going to share it on Twitter. We will share it. We'll share it for managers to watch. This is such Marlvin.
Rowland. You can't be asking for short videos. Editing it is a bit tough. So. It is work.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry.
I beg you, don't worry. I mean, it's just part of it. It's just part of it. It's just a joke. But Marlvin, Charlie, you do all, Massa. The way you speak, like the way you said it, the confidence in which you said it. Hey,
Charlie.
Thanks,
managers for watching. Thanks for watching. We appreciate this. We've done episode 12. We started just a few months, and you've given us the support. You're always here with us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. And as Marlvin said, some people are topping their work leagues as at now because of the advice we are giving to them. So we are here for you. We are here to make it the best, and then let's see how it goes. So the FPL Ambassador show is brought by me, Raymond Nketsiah at Ray Nkets on Twitter, Roland Ekuban at Rom Ekuban on Twitter, Mr. Owusu, Marlvin Owusu in there as well. Kindly subscribe to the channel, hit a like, share. It is an opportunity for us to get us on TV as well. If you have anybody who can put us on TV, Charlie, please connect us and let's share and let's grow this brand as well. So we also have our channel, our Twitter handle at FPL Ambassadors, and on Instagram, Rowland at FPL Ambassadors as well, right? FPL Ambassadors show on Twitter, on Instagram as well. Thank you, all the best managers for Gameweek 5. Ronaldo says he's not here for a vacation. If you have not bought Ronaldo, please buy Ronaldo. But then get Lukaku. Lukaku is one guy we are all sleeping on, and let's see how it goes. Bye. See you all. God willing. In fact, let me end with the last one. Let me end the show. Let me end the show with the last one.
Raymond, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Quality Flat says, just before we go, he says, who's the best goalkeeper shout now? I have Sanchez at the moment. Let's just answer.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. At the 4.5 range, it's quite difficult the thing about Brighton is Brighton are not conceding too bad. Their goals conceded is quite good. So for now, let's wait and see. You keep him for a while, and then by the next 2 games, when the fixtures are turning around, you'll be able to make the move. Because at that 4.5, 5.0, if you have the money to upgrade to 5.0, I would say Sir of Wolves. The Wolves
Exactly.
goalkeeper is really the guy to go. But at the 4.5 range, Bachman, it's not Viata. I'm just mentioning the 4.5, please. I'm just mentioning the 4.5.
I think just stick to Sanchez. Yeah, stick to Sanchez if you can
Yes,
move
so
up.
stick with him for now. Stick with him for now, and then we see how it goes there. Okay, so I said we are going to end to show that we are not here for a vacation. Keep quiet and let's watch.
Wreathed in red, restored to this great gallery of the game, a walking work of art. Vintage, beyond valuation, beyond forgery or imitation. 18 years since that trembling teenager of touch and tease first tiptoed onto this storied stage. Now in his immaculate maturity, CR7 reunited.
Hey, serious guy. Hey! Oh, and Peter Lewis summed up the day. So Charlie, we'll meet God willing. Let's all the best managers and let's see how it goes. I'll tweet my team. I'll tweet my final team. Okay, my team is already, so I don't need to tweet it, but I'll still have to tweet it. But let's check it. My forward. Tomorrow. Don't forget deadline is 5:30. 5:30, God willing. So bye managers. Bye then.
All right, goodbye.
We'll meet God willing next week.
All right. Hey.
Yeah. Yes, it's tomorrow. Hey, you didn't know? Like
no, it escaped me.
Yo, okay, yo. Bye.